can hear you. It's
Okay,
normal.
that's fine. It's all clear. Okay, let's start talking about the White House card.
Yeah, I don't mind. We can start with that.
Yeah, let's start with the White House card. So, what's
All
your? I'm
right.
gonna pull up. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the White House card and let me know what your takes are about the White House card.
Okay.
All right. Fuck, my internet is down for some reason. Let me just check quickly. Yeah. So overall, what's your take on the White House card? From the fights that you remember, let's talk about the main event actually. So, Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje.
Okay. That one I'm fine with, to be honest. I think that's stylistically a great match. I
Yeah.
think fans are gonna love it. They're just gonna love the exchanges, and I think it's like the perfect match for the highlights of UFC to show the world, okay, this is our sport, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna
I
be a
think
highlight fight.
there's
Yeah,
definitely
highlight
gonna
reel.
be a knockout in that fight. Yeah,
It has to
I
be a
don't think so.
knockout.
It goes to distance. I don't
Bro,
think
there's
so. It
no way
goes to
this one is going to
distance.
distance. I don't even think it's going to be long. I think it's probably going to be first 2 to 3 rounds. That's it, or maybe even less.
Yeah,
It's going to be quick. I think
I,
Justin has the
I
ability
think
to
so.
take up.
Same.
Yeah, I just think Justin has the ability to take a lot of damage. He's been able to take it from people. He doesn't go down easily. But with Ilya Topuria, the power is different. So you never know.
Exactly. His last fight, the only reason he got knocked out because he had a broken nose against Max Holloway.
Yes, yes.
Not against Paddy, but against Max Holloway.
Against
And
Max
up
Holloway, yeah.
until then, he was able to take the punishment, so he does have a good chin.
Exactly.
I think it's just that damage was building up to on his injuries, you know.
Exactly. I mean, that was the first time Justin Gaethje actually got went to sleep. Like he's been TKO'd twice before, but that was why like body
Yeah,
shots and after like a lot of damage, like third round, fourth round, after wars. Like Eddie Alvarez dropped him, I think, in Justin
yeah,
Gaethje's second fight. But Justin Gaethje was pretty new. I mean, his style was pretty banging. His defense was so bad. Eddie Alvarez was able to do a lot of body shots on him. But even that was like a war. Like Justin hurt him initially, and then Eddie was able to hurt him. It was a long fight.
yeah,
Then Dustin Poirier, the first fight, Poirier was able to hurt him. But even that started with like the body. It started with the
yeah.
body, and then he went to head. And even then, it wasn't like a clean knockout. It was like a TKO that they had after like a barrage of
Yeah.
punches.
And you know,
So
Justin Gaethje, he thrives in war like matches like that. You know, he loves
exactly,
the exchanges. He finds it very fun. You know, so
and that's
I'm
what he
very
needs to
excited
make.
about that.
He needs to make it. He
Yeah,
needs to make it that sort of fight, like a chaotic fight.
yeah,
That's the kind of fight he can actually put Ilya Topuria in problems with. Yeah, like do a lot of leg kicks. Keep your defense tight at the same
exactly.
time, though. And
Yep.
yeah, we'll see what happens. By the way, Justin Gaethje posted something on social media. It's like one of us is getting knocked out. He posted that, and if you start reading all of the comments, right, people are like, "One of us? You sure? One of us?" Like everybody knows who is getting knocked out. It's not one of us. Those are the memes throughout the whole card.
That's funny.
Yo, how's it going, bro? Uh, yeah, so I mean, yeah, let's pull up the card now. My internet is back actually.
Yeah, the
What?
second one was Alex Pereira, right? Alex Pereira
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Severe Gun. I think even
Uh,
that's a good matchup.
That's a good matchup actually. Yeah. What do you think about
Bro,
that one?
if Alex Pereira wins this one, he will be the first guy to hold 3 belts in UFC. That is
That would be
insane.
insane.
And
Like
bro,
three
you
divisions.
know his resume is insane because he also had a background in kickboxing. So he had like two. Was he a champion for one division or two division?
He was a champion for middleweight and light heavyweight.
Yeah,
He won two championships over there as well. Friend, we're from Pakistan, but we live in London. Yeah, so I mean that is kind of insane. You would have a argument about Alex Pereira being the greatest combat sport athlete of all time if he's able to take that belt. I mean, I've already put that argument forward. I think he's already there, but if he wins this championship, I don't think there's many people who are going to be able to deny it because he will be the first in UFC. He will literally be the
yeah, that's
first
true.
in UFC to win the title in three different weight classes. There's people who have competed in three different weight classes. Like if you look at BJ Penn, right?
Yep.
Dude, BJ Penn, you know, he competed at like heavyweight as well, which is kind of
Yeah.
insane because he also competed at lightweight. He competed at lightweight, welterweight. I think middleweight and then heavyweight or something like this. He's competed in so many
Yeah.
weight classes, and he was doing pretty good against like the heavier guys as well. But yo, Wing Wong, how's it going? But he's never been able to. I don't even. I don't even know. Yeah,
Poor
your
Reving.
like your stream is really bad right now. Like your camera actually.
Oh, is it bad?
Okay, now it's better. I think because it was constantly moving or something, we couldn't clearly see your face.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Wing Wong is from
Is
the
it fine
Saudi.
now?
Yeah, it's much better now. It's much better now actually.
Okay.
Who do you pick in that fight? By the way, Pereira versus Gone. Even though I'm saying like it's stylistically a good matchup for Pereira if he's going to like a heavier weight class, but at the same time I see a lot of difficulties because Gan is very quick on his feet.
Yes, we are Mexican. We are
Yeah,
Mexican.
but Maximo, como te llamo? Llamo, mi llamo Yaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that one?
But yeah, I personally want Alex Pereira to win that because he's just chasing glory and
Yeah, yeah.
greatness, and I'm all for it, bro. And I've been on the hype train of Alex Pereira, so I think he gets it done.
Do you think he gets it done?
I just want to see him, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Surya Gan is like a very hard matchup for him because he's also a great striker.
Yeah.
But I think Alex Pereira, I just want to see if he can take punches from heavyweights
That I
because
want to see that as well.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
able to see sparring videos, but fighting is completely different from sparring videos. Plus, you're doing it with 4 ounce gloves. We want to see if the other person's trying to hit you with bad intentions. They're trying to put you down with every single shot. Then how do you behave then?
yeah,
We're going to be able to tell.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and
And you know, and I know, none of between those three fights, I don't think so. There's gonna be a single takedown attempt
I don't think so.
in
I don't think
Ilya
so.
and
Neither of those
Justin,
guys
and
are
in
going to.
Alex Pereira and Surya Gan. Yeah, I don't think so. Anybody's gonna attempt a
Nobody's
takedown.
going to have a takedown. Like Ilya with Max Holloway, the only reason he attempted a takedown is because he knew Max didn't have the wrestling background, right? We know Justin Gaethje, even though he doesn't use
Yeah,
his wrestling offensively, he can defend the takedowns, dude. Nobody's been we
yeah,
only seen like a few people like okay, Fizzy was the only guy who took him down, but that was unexpectedly. And Justin got popped back up. With Khabib, obviously
yep,
Khabib was just so good, but even Khabib had to take time to actually take him down. Oliveira didn't take him down. Oliveira dropped him first with a shot, and then he was able to get him.
yeah,
So Khabib is the only
yeah.
guy
That's
who's
true.
been able to like cleanly take Justin Gaethje down. Paddy couldn't take him down. So I don't think Ilya is going to be able to do it. Maybe if he like really persists, he can. But what's the point of doing it when he can knock him out on the feet? Most probably.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what's
I
going to
think
happen.
he might just pose a threat by like faking a takedown
Oh
or
yeah,
maybe have one attempt just so like he can get some shots in,
yeah.
faking and getting some
And
shots
then he
in.
can feel the power as well, right? Say, let's say Ilya is able to get the legs,
Yeah,
right? He can see, okay, how strong he is. Can I go this route of like going for the takedowns? If he feels like the takedown is coming easy, which I doubt though, I think it's going to be very hard because Gaethje is even got
yeah,
size advantage on Ilya, so that might be a problem. But at least he can
that's
fake it.
true.
He can trick him. Um.
Yep.
Anyway, so you got
Is
you
my
got.
stream fine by the way?
Oh, your stream is completely fine now. It's pretty clean actually.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway, so what's your thought on
Okay.
Gaethje versus Topuria as like do you believe there's going to be KO and who you picking in this fight?
I think he's gonna be a KO. I think Topuria is just more technical, whereas Gaethje thrives in violence. You
Yeah,
know, he's a crazy guy, but I think what is it called? Topuria gets it done just because of his technical aspect. You know,
yeah, yeah.
he's much sharper with his weapons. Like his left hooks, his right hooks, the way he sets it up from body to head. He's very clean, and his kicks are pretty damaging as well. His leg kicks.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
very
he's
calm.
always slowing down his opponents and eventually finishing them in like round 2 or 3. So I think the same thing happens. I think he finishes Gaethje by round 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think the battle of the legs. Yes, I believe that. I'm picking Topuria to win in round two. I think the battle of the leg kicks is actually going to be interesting because Gaethje has the hardest leg kicks in the 155 division. Topuria is
Oh yeah,
probably number
that's
two
gonna
or
be
number
fun
three.
as well.
So they both are going to be throwing very hard, and even Topuria throws it with the full rotation. He throws it pretty hard. So we're gonna
Yeah,
find that like who wins the leg kick battle. But I think Topuria is going to be very hard to hit, man. Like the punches that Gaethje was able to hit Paddy with, they're not going to work with Topuria. Topuria is too sharp. He can dodge all those punches, and he will punish him anytime Gaethje closes distance. All
that's
right.
true.
Okay, let's move to the third fight. Now, I want to get your opinion on this one. Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zahabi.
Bro, the thing is, I know Sean O'Malley, but I actually genuinely don't know the other guy.
See, Eamon
I'm
Zahabi.
so lost. Like, why did they even make that fight? Why did they not
Dude,
put Sean O'Malley versus Sandhagen or Sean O'Malley versus Mirab? They could have had Mirab on the card. He would have sold it.
dude. Sean O'Malley actually wanted this fight, and now he's trying to hide it. Actually, they're giving O'Malley a layup, right? Dude, they're giving a layup. Why are you
He
giving?
actually wanted this fight.
He actually, Sean O'Malley actually wanted this, and Juiceman is talking about like they're giving O'Malley a layup. Dude, the thing is, it's a Whitehouse card. Wasn't it supposed to be the greatest card ever?
Yeah,
And what are
exactly.
we
Why
getting?
why have a layoff fight in the White House card? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly, they want him back in the title picture.
They need
They
to
want
have
him.
like banger fights on. Okay,
They,
forget it. Like don't put wrestlers because it might be boring, whatever
yeah,
they
yeah.
say, right? But at least put like a fun fight. Like O'Malley versus Sandhagen would have been good.
Everyone is asking for this
You
fight.
know?
You look at the Instagram accounts. Everybody in the comment section is like, "Fight Sanhagen. This is the fight we want to see." Fans have been waiting to see this fight for a long, long time, right? For a long period of time, we're like, we want to see this fight because
Yeah.
stylistically, it's going to be the most fun fight. Neither of those guys are going to go for the takedowns. It's going to be a stand-up fight. We know O'Malley is good at like his striking is beautiful. Yeah, you can't deny this, right? He's pretty quick on his feet. He's got quick hands. Hagen is more crafty with the striking. I would say he does like the spinning elbows and he does like flying knees and all of this stuff. It was going to be fun. And what are we getting? We're getting Eamon Zahabi. Eamon Zahabi is the guy who had a fight with Jose Aldo, by the way. It wasn't a bad fight. He's an okay fighter, dude. But he's at the
Dude, I genuinely don't even
dude.
know
This
the
is the
guy.
fight where
This is the first time
you.
I'm
I
hearing
don't
his
know.
name.
Yeah, many of the fans don't even
First
know
time I'm
Eamon
hearing his
Zahabi. But
name.
if you're a hardcore, you probably did you watch the fight with Jose Aldo last fight? It was like a few cards before where both of them are extremely tired.
Oh, that's him.
Aldo hurt
The
him.
last
Aldo
fight that
should have
Jose
won
Aldo
that
had.
fight. Aldo had him really tired, but then it was Aldo. Yeah, he had like a barrage of punches, barrage of hits, and then Aldo got extremely tired for some reason. And then Eamon started putting on him,
Yeah.
and he almost finished Aldo. And it was like at the end, it turned out to be sort of a banger. So I think Dana is looking at stylistically. He's like Eamon Zahabi is not the best striker. He's got a heart. He comes at you. He's gonna try to make it a fight. It's gonna be fan. It's gonna be like a barn burner fight. But O'Malley is most probably gonna be able to put him out. I believe O'Malley is going to be able to put him
Uh,
out, and then they will have like O'Malley or just did a woman by KO at the White House card. It will just be a good
but dude,
visual.
what I don't understand this bold fuck. I don't know what goes on in his brain. Yeah, this bold bitch, bro. This guy pushing
That-
O'Malley so hard. Why is he pushing O'Malley so hard? Like he doesn't have charisma. He doesn't have personality. Like, bro, his skills are good. Like he's actually a good striker. But against Grappler, he would just get dominated. You know, against Ajo, he just got lucky with that one shot.
Yeah.
But you saw against Mirab, both times he got just destroyed. Like I don't know why UFC is pushing this guy forward like so hard. You know,
How many
and
times
you
are we
know,
going to see him in the title?
bro, if he wins this one, they might even give him a title shot again.
I
I
think that's
wouldn't
what
be
they're going to do, dude.
surprised.
That's why they're putting him in the White House because the visual is going to be Sean O'Malley winning by beautiful KO against Eamon Zahabi, and he might be able to pull it out in the first round or the second round. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to do it, right? Because Aldo was pretty
Yeah.
washed when Zahabi fought him, and even Aldo was winning that fight. And Aldo is much shorter than Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has more reach. He's faster than Aldo at this point. He's much better. I think he's going to be able to hit clean, and O'Malley doesn't get tired, so that's not going to be a problem. And then you have O'Malley actually fighting for the title. They're going to make it happen, dude. They're going to make it happen. Shit. And they have a storyline with Yan as well, right? They have a storyline with Yan. They're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do.
Okay. Somebody's asking, was Zahabi gonna fold and O'Malley gonna get a title shot, which is ridiculous. Now I hope Marab gets a rematch versus Yan and wins, so it puts a
Yeah,
hold on the
Mirab and
privilege.
Yan should be next. Yeah,
Oh, see, that's a good point, by the way. I'm gonna agree with you at some point now. At this point, I'm gonna agree with you. The guy actually saying that I hope that Marab gets a rematch, and actually Marab wins a rematch because if Marab wins a rematch, then O'Malley's not gonna be able to get the title shot. Because you're not
yeah.
gonna make a trilogy of O'Malley versus Marab. O'Malley got to be related to the pink guy, you know. Yeah, you did
So,
something.
so do you think they're gonna give O'Malley before the title shot, before Mirab gets the title shot?
No,
Because if
I don't think
Mirab
so.
gets the title shot beforehand, he could potentially win. And if he wins, then there's no way they're gonna match up O'Malley versus Mirab for the third time, are they?
They're definitely not doing it. There's no reason. Fans don't want it. They're gonna get a lot of pay. There's no way, right? And it's not even the best match for Paramount. Like Paramount, they're looking for
Yeah,
the highlights. Mirab versus O'Malley is gonna be the same case. Mirab just dominating him for 4 rounds, 5 rounds, right? Nobody wants to see that.
yeah,
The thing is, whether O'Malley Mirab is going to get the title shot before him because Mirab is one of the most active fighters. Last year he fought 4 times. He could have fought 5 times if he wanted to, if it was totally up to him.
uh,
With last fight, he took a lot of damage. I think that's why he's taking a better time off. But he's going to be back, and he's going to be facing Peter Yan. Whether or not he wins the fight is a completely different thing. I don't know. Maybe he comes out healthy and maybe he performs better because now he's taking a bit of a layoff. So, but that
Uh-huh.
fight will decide, man. If Mirab actually wins, then I think Omar will be the favorite to get the rematch because Omar is one of those guys who had a very tight match with Mirab. Actually,
Yeah.
he went out 5 rounds.
But
He
I
won
think
the
if
first three.
Mirab does win, they're gonna do a trilogy then. Peter Yan versus Mirab, right?
Or they could do that. Yeah, it depends on how the fight goes, right? If Mirab
Yeah.
completely dominates him, oh no, that is a trilogy, by the way.
Oh, this will be. Oh yeah, this will be
They
trilogy. Yeah,
wouldn't do
you're
the
right.
fourth fight. I don't think they would do the fourth fight.
Yeah, this will be a trilogy.
They wouldn't do the fourth fight. I wouldn't UFC. I wouldn't doubt UFC giving O'Malley a rematch before Mirab at this UFC from Robert is right. I don't think they can do that. You know why I'm saying that? Because O'Malley's fighting on the White House card, right? That's still like 2 months to go, maybe like 2.5 months to go. It's on 14th of June, right? So yeah, you still have nearly three
Yeah.
months to go for the White House card. And Marab hasn't fought for a while. He's recovering, but he wants to get back in the picture as soon as possible. So I think they're probably going to book Marab versus Yan probably in July, the card after the White House card, or maybe the card before the White House card. They don't even have a main event for that card. I don't believe that, right? So that is a possibility. So I don't think there's any way that O'Malley actually wins the fight and he gets a title shot before that, because by that time you would also have that fight made. So this is the only reason I'm
Yeah.
saying that. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna move to the next fight, which is Bo Nickel versus Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler.
Uh, I don't think so. That's a deserving fight for the White House card. I generally don't think so.
I don't think
But
so.
I can see why they're making it because Chandler is from USA and he talks a lot on the mic
Yeah.
and even during the fight he fights pretty stupid, but he does like entertain the fans, you know.
Oh, he's gonna put on a show every single time for the fans.
Yeah,
That's what he's
and
about.
Rufi is good. Don't get me wrong, Rufi is pretty good. But let's see. I think stylistically, even this fight is decent. But I don't think so. It's deserving for White House card.
Yeah,
But I don't know what they're
you know
thinking.
that you don't want it to be a card just for the entertainment purpose. We want to see like the highest skill level as well. We want to see where the people are in the ranks. We want to see if the fight is for like
I
some
think I
purpose.
think this is the main reason. Yeah, the sport is gonna die off eventually. You know that because they're not gonna give the best fights the fans wants to see. Bro, fans been begging for Ilya Topori versus Islam Makhachev. That's not been made. Fans not been begging for Arnold Sarikan to get a title shot, and they're not giving that. They're
Yeah,
just chasing like the highlights, the moments. You know,
dude, I don't even know what's going
it's
on.
actually disappointing. Yeah,
You know, the fights that we're putting in the White House card, either they should be the highest level of the fights, either they should be the champions fighting the champions, or like the fight for the
yeah,
contenders, or the fight that makes sense. Like if there's some sort of like a rivalry between the guys, right? Like I wouldn't have minded Chandler versus Connor. Now you're gonna say maybe that's not the
yeah,
highest level fight, but
yeah.
because you've
Chandler
been
versus
talking
Conor
about
would
this
have been good.
fight
Yeah,
for like 2 to 3 years, right? At least there's some sort of rivalry. Connor and Chandler do not like each other. Chandler's been waiting for this fight for a long time. Connor is a star that you want to put on. Maybe the fans would actually
yeah.
love. I would appreciate that. I know it's not the highest skill of a fight. Maybe Connor would have whooped him. And he's saying
He's
Rufy
saying
beats
White House
Chandler.
card looks nice though.
Yeah, Rufy beats Chandler in my opinion, and I don't get the fight at the White House. Dude, this is the thing, right? Neither of these guys are like the top level guys, right? Rufy is very high level when you talk about the skills, but is he really high on the ranks right now? Is he fighting for the contender fight or something like this? And he just fought recently. So that fight doesn't make any sense. I don't think that fight should have been on the White House card. They should have either have like somebody look at the guys in the 170 division, right? You have JDM fighting Protas. That fight could have been in the White House card. You have Ian Gary Hector sitting down. He could have fought somebody. Maybe he could have put Kamaru Usman against somebody because he wants to get back in the title picture, right? You could have made that fight at the White House card. There's a couple of other guys. There's a couple of other guys that you would have put on the you could have put on the White House card, but it didn't go the way. White House card, nice, look nice though, bro. Dude, to me, it does not look nice. I'm not gonna lie about this. You like this White House card? Okay, which fight do you fancy on this White House card? Except the first two fights, like Topuria versus
I think there's only two fights the
the
fans
fans
actually
actually
like.
like it.
It's just the main card, Alex Pereira and Ilya Topori, Justin Gaethje,
Yeah,
and Cyril Gane. I think that's the
and you
only
know
two
some of the
fights.
hardcore fans.
Maybe O'Malley, but O'Malley is not gonna have a very like competitive fight
Yeah,
against him. I
dude,
don't
they
think
don't
so.
have a rivalry. They don't
I
hate
think it
each
will
other. What are
just
you selling the fight for?
yeah,
What are you selling the fight for? They don't have a rivalry. It just
yeah.
yeah. And I know some of the hardcore fans who actually follow UFC a lot, they're probably going to say Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins is not a bad fight. Now, Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins on paper is not a bad fight. If you've actually seen their fights previously, like Kyle Dawkins getting the submission and he's on a good winning streak. And you know, Bo Nickel is very good wrestler. Kyle Dawkins, he's a good wrestler as well. So you'll be like, okay, it's a fight of the two good wrestlers. Kyle Dawkins can also do submissions. So maybe that's a good fight, but not on the White House card because neither of these guys are ranked. They don't have a rivalry. They don't talk shit against each other, and it's really hard to sell that sort of fight. You have two prospects that you want to build. I do understand that, but there is no point of that fight on the White House card. It could have been on APAC card. It could have been like a main event on a fight night or something, right? I just don't see it being at the White House card. The first two is the only
The
good one.
first two is, yeah, I agree with him. Yeah.
I agree. And then you have the last fight is the Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. Now, Steve Garcia is number 9 ranked. He's a banger of a fighter. So you got two. Is Steve Garcia Mexican, by the way? I feel like he's a Mexican, right? And he really comes to fight. He's like Diego Lopez sort of fighter. Like
Wait,
he's
so why they putting Mexican on a White House card? I thought it was only
That's what I'm saying. Like
Americans
you could have put like
fighters.
an American versus a Mexican, but I think the reason they're putting this fight is because this fight is actually going to be the best stylistic sort of matchup. Like these guys are going to be throwing hands. One of the guys is probably going to get knocked out, and they got good chins as well. Like Diego Lopez. When have you seen him actually getting knocked out? But this time, there's going to be a lot of damage inflicting upon those two guys. They both are very heavy-handed. And they both have very good chins. I think that's the only reason UFC is putting this fight. But again, guys, are these guys not in the top 5? Like Diego Lopez is probably, I don't know what he's ranked right now. He might be in top 5 because he's getting too many title shots. But he actually loses 2 fights to Volkanovski back to back, and then he gets a fight on the White House card. Does that make any sense? They're trying to
No.
push him very hard as well. They're trying to push him into the title fight again. If he wins this, he's getting a title shot. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, they need him for Mexican card. I get it, isn't it?
Yeah. They need him for the Mexican. He's got all the Mexican fan base behind him, and I think that's why they're trying to sell him. O'Malley versus the other dude's not a good fight. That's literally a guaranteed win for the Diva Princess. I completely understand that. That's an easy one for O'Malley. That's a hand-picked matchup. They want him to win, dude. They want him to win.
But dude, I want to know what they're doing with Conor, what they're doing with John Jones, what they're doing with Jorge Masvidal. All of these guys said they were in a training camp, or they are training for a fight.
I think
What the fuck happened?
I think Dana just didn't make the negotiations for the White House card. He just didn't. Maybe they were asking for too much money or whatever, or it could be that they have a card planned after the White House card or like before the White House card where they actually want to put Conor on. So, dude, I do have a feeling. You know, he's been calling it the BMF title winner. So I feel like they might be able to
Who?
make Conor versus Charles Oliveira BMF title winner. He was talking about that in his last interview. He also said that he doesn't mind 170 title straps, so he wouldn't mind going against Islam Makhachev actually 170. The thing is, I don't think that fight should happen. It will be very unfair for the fans. It will be fair for Islam Makhachev. He gets a lot of money, but I don't think that fight should be happening, by the way. I think it should be Conor versus Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira moves to 170, and he fights Conor McGregor. If you can make the fight happen. Dude, you want me to drop something on you? Arman Saryukin has been taken off the pound-for-pound rankings today. They took him off the
Holy
ranking.
fucking shit!
Yeah.
I
And
blame
Charles
Dana
Oliveira has
White
been
for
added to the
this.
ranking. So I don't even know what's going on. I literally have no idea what's going on. Because Dana White and Arman Saryukin are not on good terms, especially of the RAF event. It just seems like Dana is not happy with him. So maybe now we're saying goodbye to the title shot for the next 2 years again. And I hope
Is my stream okay, or is it just
it's
lagging
kind of
still?
it's lagging a little bit, but it's fine now. Dude, they're doing Arman so dirty. Dude, Arman is grappling tomorrow with Muhammad Mukayev, by the way. If that does not go well, if Arman like messes up against Muhammad Mukayev, if he like slaps him or do some shit like that, that's probably the end of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
the
gonna
thing
be
is,
jailed.
these are two of the most hated guys for Dana White. Anyway, Dana White also hated Muhammad Mukayev.
Dude, well, I don't get yet this bald bitch. Yeah, like how much punishment are you gonna give to this Armin Sarikin? Bro, I think Armin Sarikin, all he needs to do is oil Dana White up. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna give him
Maybe
shit
oil
back.
his hair up, and oil his head up as
I
well. He
think
might
that's
grow some hair and some bread.
yeah, his shiny head. All they need to do is oil his shiny head.
Oil his shiny head up. Yeah,
I think same with Muhammad
looks maxing.
Mukayev.
Muhammad Mukayev needs to do the same because he cut Muhammad Mukayev off for what reason? For he was winning all the fights, he was undefeated. Is the only reason he wanted him to have more entertaining fight. Even in the last fight, they were telling him like your style is not very fan entertaining style. You
Yeah.
need to do something, put some activity on, and he was cut from the UFC roster. And he's doing pretty good, by the way. He's winning fights by knockout in the karate combat, and I know he's been doing some grappling.
Who, Muhammad Makayev, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's been winning the fights. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
tomorrow's grappling match, Arman Sarigan, it's not going to be that easy. Trust me.
Dude, how they gonna make that? How are they even making that grappling match?
That's what I'm
Like what
saying.
weight
He's
class?
125. Arman Sarigan's
Yeah.
125. Dude, even if they're fighting, obviously they're going to be fighting at 155, I guess, right? Something like this, I guess. One of the guys is going to
Yeah.
be that because they cannot make the same weight. Because Arman needs to cut to be 155. And if Arman doesn't cut, then he's 175, right? And if Mokayev doesn't cut, he's probably like 155 or something like this. So Arman's
Yeah.
going to have significant weight advantage. I think he's most probably going to control it for like most of the time. But it's 8 minutes submission only matchup. So I think it's going to be a draw, to be honest. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. They might not even go 100% hard, dude. I don't know. Maybe they had negotiations in the back.
Oh,
Like with
they will. They will. I think they will go 100% hard.
they will go hard. Now I'm saying, like, look at the weight disadvantage from Muhammad
Or,
Mukayev.
or they can just fake it. Be like, oh, let's just make it highlights so we get a title shot. Armor gets a title shot, so Muhammad Makayev gets re-signed in UFC. They're just like, oh, let's
Yeah,
plan something crazy.
I think that would be. I think that's the only way for them. Actually, make some highlights. Practice the match beforehand. Dude, rehearse the whole match and just put on a show for the people. But yeah, man, what do you think of the? Okay, there's another debate as well. By the way, fans did not like the performance of Charles Oliveira. They did not call it a BMF performance. They said it was a good performance. It was a dominant performance, but it was not a BMF performance.
Yeah, it's
What's
this
your
bold
opinion?
bitch, bro. It's this bold bitch. He created UFC. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's. You know when like fans are complaining about like money or like there was time before when fans were complaining like
Yeah,
Chandler came into this UFC or Ben Askren came in UFC and he got dominated. Did you expect that? He's like, yeah, this is a sport. This is a UFC. If you don't like it, go watch boxing or something like that. What the
yeah.
fuck? Like now that fans can actually wrestle good, now he's like, oh, it's not a BMF worthy.
He's not BMF worthy, dude. What the
His
fuck is
logic is
that
so
thing?
stupid, bro. He's like,
I think
he's,
that's a real BMF. I think that's a real BMF because Charles Oliveira had his way with him.
bro,
He
he's
picked him up.
OG. Like he has the most submission in the UFC, you know?
Yeah, and it's not like he wasn't trying to finish a fight. He almost finished the fight so many
Yeah,
points. It was Max who was trying very well to defend, but Charles was able to take him down. And the way he was able to take him down, it's not like he was shooting a double leg and sneaky double leg or something like this. He was picking him up, getting the body lock, and he was getting it from 50-50 position, by the way. It's not even like he had both
yeah,
the underhook, 50-50 position and pick him up, like drop him and control
yep.
him. You know, Justin Gaethje, just like he said, oh, your stream is cutting. Somebody's saying Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar at the White House. I would have loved that fight. Yeah, that fight would have sold. But
Dude, I don't know what to say about Dana White.
White, this
I don't know what
bald
to say about
fuck
him.
needs to get.
He's just
I need to
pissing me
fire
off,
him,
man.
dude. Somebody needs to fire him.
Well, I'm down to protest
I'm down
against
to
him.
protest as well.
Bring me like
I'm gonna
a
bring you a
paper.
poster
I'm
with
gonna
Dana's
hold
head
you
on
up
it.
in every single video. I'm gonna make a video holding up the paper. And I'm gonna bring a baby oil. I'm gonna be like, is that what you
Exactly. I'm
want?
gonna draw a poster on the head. I'm gonna draw a poster. I'm gonna draw a poster. I'm gonna draw a baby oil on the head of Dana White, and me massaging Dana's head with the
Yeah,
baby oil on the poster. I'm gonna have a picture of myself as
yep.
well. This is what we need to do.
And I will tag him. I will tag this bald fuck, and I'll tell him, yo, give Armin
I
Sariki
will
this
tag him
title
as
shot.
well, dude. What a fucking scam this White House card is. Like, we've been waiting for the card for how many months? 6 months? And
Dude, how much is the price on this card?
dude, I don't even know
Imagine
the
the
price.
price.
I'm not
They
paying
say
a
like,
penny on this card. I'm gonna illegally stream anyway. I'm watching this card. Who is paying for this bullshit, to be honest? Like the first two cards, I know he knows Topuria is gonna be able to sell the card. Alex Perez is gonna be able to sell the
yeah,
card. You got two legends fighting on the card. It's definitely gonna sell. It's definitely gonna sell. But why do we have the other 4 fights on the card?
exactly. Well, they could have put Conor McGregor. They could have put Jorge Masvidal. They could have put John Jones. Like he's the most deserving for that card. He's
By the
literally the
way,
most deserving.
John Jones, he was asking for 30 million on the fight, for this fight, and Dana
Yeah,
White was actually giving him 15 million. Now, do you think? By the way, I hate when fighters are actually trying to get extra money for when they are actually not even that reliable. Like John Jones did to Dana White. He left for the heavyweight championship against Tom Aspinall, didn't fight him, and he actually ducked his way to outside of UFC. But now in this case, I'm saying you gave a Conor Ben a deal for 50 million. But John Jones is the best fighter you ever had, even though he's a drug cheat. But he has saved your card in so many points. So why don't you give him
Yeah,
like a 30 million
100%.
deal for like the last fight? Have because this is the time
Yep.
that we actually wanted it. So we could have seen uh Alex Pereira versus John Jones. That fight could have been made. And by the way, one of the guy UFC fan is asking me, Islam ducked Ilya again, coward, faked a hand injury. Here's the thing, dude. I'm a fan of Islam Makhachev, so I'm going to try to defend him. But dude, it hurts to be honest because I wanted the fight to be on the White House card. Apparently, they started the negotiations like last week. They called Ilya and they said, "Do you want to be on the card?" And Ilya was completely fine with it. And then they approached Islam after that. I think it was just the day before, and Islam was okay with the fight. But the day after, he said that he had like a hand injury, and that's why Ali Abdulaziz, he posted something on social media as well where he's saying we're looking for a big fight for Islam Makhachev, and it doesn't involve the name Ian Gary. So people are like, oh, it doesn't involve the name Ian Gary because that's what everybody was speculating. So what name does it involve? Oh, it can't be Kamaru Usman because Kamaru Usman has been so much hated by the fans. Nobody wants to see the match, so that's not a bigger news. So who is it? Is it like GSP? Is it Connor? Like people are speculating different things, right? But the most
Yeah.
probable was Ilya Taporia, and now we know they were looking for the Ilya Taporia fight, and that fight was the one that fell out. Like somebody whispered in Dana White's ear when they were going through the was the Waynes when somebody told them, and yeah, dude, it hurts me to be honest. I wanted to see the fight so bad, but I'm just gonna say that there's no reason for Islam to fake the injury because at 170 he's a favorite to win. I mean, he can actually win it. That will add to his legacy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, I was gonna tell you, John Jones for White House card, they were offering him 15 million or something like that. I think Ariel Hawani uploaded a video saying like, look, he was offered, John Jones was offered to fight against Tom Espinal for 30 million. So why wouldn't they offer him same amount of money to fight in the White House card?
Yeah, I think what Dana White did not like the gesture from John Jones because last time apparently he did accept the deal of 30 million dollars to fight Tom Aspinall,
Yeah.
but then he pulled out of the deal. Then he pulled out of the deal.
Shoot.
But maybe the threat was so high because it was Tom Aspinall. He didn't see a way that he could win the fight because he couldn't have taken him down. That would have been a hard pathway. With Alex Pereira, I think he sees a pathway where he can actually take him down. So I believe that he would have taken the fight. But Dana White was like, "Fuck you! You did me dirty last time. I'm gonna do you dirty this time, and I'm gonna do all the
Yeah, I
fans
think it's
dirty as
that.
well." I think
Yeah, I
it's that.
think it's that. But bro, this is just gonna backfire. Is bad for his business, to be honest.
I think it's bad for his business, probably, yeah. But I feel like Dana White also thinks that Pereira versus Gunn is going to be more entertaining than Jones versus Pereira because it's going to be
Mm.
like standard fight. So I think that's why he wants to see that fight on the White House card. Okay, is Matey in his taxi? Yeah, probably. And then hope at least we get Michael Morales versus Islam. Yeah, that's a fight I want to see because um, Michael Morales does have a background in judo. I don't know if he's been doing it actively, but that is the fight that could be interesting for the fans. He's undefeated. If he's got good wrestling, takedown defense, then on the feet he's always going to be a problem. We'll find out. That fight would be interesting.
Yeah, either that fight or Ian Gary fight. I think
Ian Gary fight, man,
they're the
excites me.
most deserving. Yeah,
Yeah, because Ian Gary can also sell the fight, and he's shown us that he's takedown
and
defense.
he's actually good at grappling as well now.
He's good at grappling, bro. He's been able to take the back of Shavkat Rakhmonov in one of the matches. He's been able to outgrapple some
Yep.
of the strikers, like Prodes. He was able to outgrapple him. MVP, he did outgrapple him. And now he's going to Georgia, so he's going to improve his wrestling even more. So that would be an interesting fight.
So I think he's genuinely just preparing for Islam Makhachev.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think he just wants that. I don't think so he's gonna accept any other fight apart from that.
I don't think he's going to accept any other fights either. I want to see Usman fight, by the way. I don't want him to sit down and expect a title shot. Just go fight somebody.
Bro, I do not want them to fight Usman. Or I don't want them to make Usman versus Islam Makhachev. They
No,
shouldn't.
I don't want to. Nobody wants to see the fight, dude. Like Usman is a washed up
Yeah,
version. How is he gonna beat Islam? Like there's no pathway. He's not
exactly.
beating
Yeah,
him in striking, and he's not beating him in grappling. Prove yourself. Go fight a fight against somebody. If he fights like one of the contenders, maybe fight. Okay, so JDM is booked against Prodes. So you have two fighters. Okay, it makes perfect sense right now. So you have Ian Gary and what's his name, Michael Morales, not having a booked match right now. So
yeah,
one of them fights Islam and one of them fights Usman. Fight one of those guys,
yeah.
and if you can beat let's say Morales, or if you can beat Ian Gary, then you get a title shot. Most probably, I think UFC is going to go in the direction of Ian Gary versus Islam, then book Morales versus Usman.
Yeah. There's a comment.
John Jones deserves the
Uh,
hate. He destroys the heavyweight division, dude. Don't even
he
get
kind
me
of did
started on
destroy
this
the,
one.
yeah.
Don't even
He
get me
kind of
started
did
on this
destroy.
one. So John Jones is a guy who could have fought Francis Ngannou a couple of years back when Francis Ngannou was the heavyweight champion of the world. John Jones, bro, they could
Yep.
have sold a lot. That would have been the best fight in the UFC at that point. But John Jones was like, "Oh, I need to put on weight. I need to put on like, give me 3 years." What was he saying? 3 years. He's like, "Give me 3 years so I can put on weight." So he ducked Francis Ngannou for 3 years. Francis Ngannou actually left
And then even
UFC.
against Francis Ngannou, he was like, "Oh, I need big money because I could get knocked out. There's a threat of me getting knocked out, so I need
Yeah,
to get paid. I need to get paid accordingly to that. So I don't know what happened during the negotiation. Maybe they did offer him that, and he still rejected it or not. But same bullshit is happening against Tom Espinal.
exactly. Like, what the fuck is that? And then, okay, Francis Ngannou
The
leaves.
division was on hold for like a year, right? A year or 2 years,
It was a
something
long
like that.
time, bro. It was a long time. So he fights Cyril Gone, and then the division was on a hold for like a long time. And then Stipe actually comes back. And in the meantime, Tom was actually willing to fight him. He didn't fight Tom, and he went for Stipe. He went for Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic was a guy who was not even actively fighting. He was out for like
Yep,
4 years. He came back after 4 years.
exactly.
He had a 2 weeks camp, I think. I think it was like a 2 weeks or 3 weeks camp. Stipe was working at the fire brigade while John Jones was training in the camp. Stipe was working at the fire brigade. He was putting houses on fire actually.
Yep,
He was taking the firehouse. He was taking the firehouse, right? And then he comes back, and then it doesn't seem like he did any training for the fight. He's slow as fuck, and John Jones is able to land some punches on him, kicks. Actually, he did land quite a lot on John Jones. I'm not gonna lie about this. And then John Jones looks
mm,
very slow in the last fight. He retires after that. And after that, even after that, it was like, okay, maybe he's gonna fight Tom Aspinall now. Maybe they're selling it. So John Jones would upload something. I don't like Tom Aspinall. I'm not gonna give you the opportunity or whatever. He doesn't
yeah,
retire after the Stipe Miocic fight. He keeps the thing going for like 6 months, 6 7 months, and then Tom is
yep,
begging for the title shot. And Dana is sucking John Jones every single interview. They would ask him
yep.
a question about
He's fully
Islam
sucking
Makhachev.
him off. He's like, every interview they ask like, "Oh, who do you think is the pound for pound number one?" It's John Jones. It's
John
John
Jones,
Jones.
John. What do you think about Elias
It's
Tapore's
like
performance
he
against
had
Max
he,
Holloway?
John Jones had his dick up Dana White's ass. That's what it felt
Yeah,
like to me.
yeah, yeah. And the question would be
It felt
completely
like he
different
was up
sometimes.
his ass, and he was
It was definitely up
he
his
was just
ass the whole time. It was definitely up his ass. That's why Dana feels kind of cheated right now. Like he's being cheated on, and it does seem like it's trying to cope with
that's
it.
right.
And then they would ask him a question about Islam Makhachev. So Islam Makhachev would have a fight against Moicano, and they like Islam's performance was really good against Moicano. He
Yeah.
was able to submit him in the first round. What do
There's
you
a
think of his
comment.
performance?
John Jones
And
shat
but
his
John
pants
Jones,
after
the
he saw
greatest
Francis
John
Ngannou
Jones.
knocking out Stipe. I'm not gonna lie. He's right. Yeah. John Jones did shat himself.
He didn't want to do anything because in that fight, Francis was also able to reverse Stipe Miocic, and Stipe couldn't
Yeah.
take him down. Jones was like, "Fuck, that was my pathway to victory. If he can defend the takedowns, no, that's not going to happen." And then so John Jones does all of this, and don't even talk about the stuff outside the cage, dude. This guy hitting his wife, having an accident with a pregnant woman, and running, and then
Hiding
whatever,
under the octagon. Hiding
hiding
underneath
under
the
the
octagon
hospital,
for
not
like
getting
25
testing,
minutes.
and getting cheating with steroids 4 times, trainable, all of this. So John Jones has done a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. You can't even defend it. You can't even deny it. There's evidence of it. It's everywhere. So I mean, this
Yeah.
stuff, not yeah. Don't even get me started on John Jones. There's too much to talk about it. That's why I do not put him in the list of the greatest fighter of all time. If you want to talk about the greatest fighter of all time, including the PEDs, I'm gonna say okay, John Jones, because his resume speaks for itself. He has beaten like 8 to 9 champions. That's
Yeah.
a lot of champions. Nobody's got a resume like John Jones. But if you're talking about who cleanly won it, dude, you know how many benefits you get from like taking steroids? You don't get tired in the camp, so you can train more than those guys. And if you get a little agile over the guy, like Danny Cormier, John Jones, they're the highest level fighters, right? When they're fighting, if you have
Yeah.
a bit of an edge over the other guy, you can sneak in the victory, and that's what he's been able to do. Watch the first fight was very close, but he was able to beat him. White House main event is the worst. It should have been Ilya versus Arman. Dude, Ilya versus Arman would have been better, but I guess like for now they don't have a choice because Justin Gaethje is he's the interim champion, and interim champion has to be the one fighting the actual champion. So you can't put Arman against Ilya right now. And Dana hates Arman anyway, so I don't really know what they're gonna do with him. You know what I think
Yeah, I
they
don't think
might
so.
do?
Dana is gonna give Arman. Dana is hoping Arman loses.
Dan
He's
is hoping
praying that
Armin
Arman
loses.
loses.
I think he's going to try to make a negotiation of a fight against Armin, and I think because Oliveira was so dominant in the last fight, I think they might give him
Yeah,
Oliveira in the next fight,
yeah, I think so as well. Yeah,
which would be the hardest matchup
but
for
but then
Armin.
but then he has to be fighting for BMF belt, right? It wouldn't make
That
sense that he's just
he would
fighting
be.
Oliveira for nothing.
I don't know what's going to happen with the BMF belt because after the last performance that Oliver actually put on, which I liked it and I thought it was actually BMF performance, many of the fans were asking for the exit release of the BMF title. They just don't want the BMF title to exist because they were like, this performance is not BMF worthy. Like if you look at the
Oh my.
origins of the BMF title, Nate Diaz versus Masvidal, those guys were trying to kill each other. That's their point,
Yeah, that's true.
and they
That's
don't
true.
find grappling that attractive. And I don't have the same point of view. By the way, I still think that UFC can actually keep this BMF performance. Charles Oliveira's last performance was BMF worthy. I do believe that, but fans don't actually have the same perception. So I don't really know if they're going to keep it or not. Anyway, so I want to start something else, bro. What's I gonna say? So yeah, we'll discuss Muhammad Mukaya versus Armin Sarikian. I think it's gonna be I think that's gonna not gonna be a finish because it's only 8 minutes. Mukaya's defense would be good enough. What else is happening?
Yeah.
Did you see Jorge Masvidal's take on Hamzat versus Strickland? Jorge Masvidal believes that
Oh.
he's gonna bet the house on Sean Strickland. He's like, there's no way Hamza can beat it.
Oh my
He's like,
god.
if you see those guys train, he's like he's trained with he's seen Strickland training. He's like Strickland's defense is so good. Like he's trained against NCAA wrestlers and they've not been able to take him down. And you know why he's saying
Mhm.
that by the way? Because Sean Strickland used to be like a big supporter of the Republicans. I know that. He's
Yeah.
probably not a supporter right now after the files came out because he's been talking against them. But Masvidal used to be a
Yeah.
supporter of the Republicans as well. I think they have the same political views. So it's like, dude, no, 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 no. It's not gonna be like that. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be like
Yeah,
that.
I think they must be fans. That's why they are.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
He's
make a
saying
video
that
about
about
this.
him.
I'll make a video about this. He hasn't proved anything like this. Like we've seen his fights, like against Dricus Duplessis. It's not like we haven't seen Strickland's grappling. We have seen his grappling.
Yeah.
He was taken down by Dricus Duplessis. Like I don't know how many times, at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
What
I don't
else?
know what's that take. Cause he's an OG in UFC as well. He should know best. He should know. Okay, this guy can't fuck up this guy because of the skill set that he has.
Oh,
He's been
they
in the
should know,
game.
bro. They know better. They know better. They have connections too. They those guys have trained with the guys, so they might not have directly trained with the guy who's fighting, but they must have trained with somebody who is trained with them. So they have a better
Yeah.
idea. They have a better idea. They've heard better stories. They have more reach. So I'm sure he knows about it. What was I gonna say? So man, what else? What else do we have in UFC? Is there anything new that is coming right now? What is the new card? Yeah, Prohaska is fighting on the new card. Uh UFC 327. I think Prohaska is the main event. He's fighting Carlos Ulberg, and then the co-main event is Joshua Van is fighting Tatsuro Taira.
Bro, let me come back in literally 2 minutes. Yeah. Just give me 2 minutes
Okay,
and
come back in
before
two
I'll come
minutes.
back.
I might start talking about politics, and when you come back in 2 minutes,
Do you want to start a new stream about politics?
you want me to start a new stream about politics?
I don't mind. It's up to you. Yeah.
Okay, I can do a new one. All right, guys, have a good one. We're gonna start a political stream in a while. We might be talking about Iran war and all of that stuff, but have a good one. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please subscribe my channel as well. Have a good one.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.